Hi, welcome to Luxury in Moderation, where we appreciate the finer things in life without going overboard. Today is a quick continuation of my Save versus Splurge Wedding Edition video from last week. Basically, in that video, I talked about how even though I chose to splurge on my wedding dress, I regretted it. And I wanted to talk about my wedding dress shopping experience because I actually think it's very similar to buying a luxury bag. It is a luxury purchase. It can be quite expensive. And I wanted to share, I think, the mistake that I made so that you guys don't make the same mistake. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Joanne. Thank you for joining me. Normally every week I upload videos about luxury handbags and other luxury lifestyle products, but because my wedding is just a couple weeks away, I wanted to do this mini wedding series as a helpful resource to other brides out there, or it could be just fun to hear about planning a wedding. So if you're interested, keep watching. Hopefully you like what you hear and you like this video. Subscribe and click that notification bell so you can join me on this luxury journey. So I'm going to walk you through my entire thought process of a wedding dress specifically, where I think I went wrong, what I think is quite similar to luxury handbag shopping, and what I think you guys should keep in mind. So basically, from the very start, I knew I wanted to have a nicer dress. I knew I wanted to spend some money on it. There are some key things that I wanted in my wedding dress. I didn't want it to be like the most expensive dress or the most whatever dress. I wanted it to be comfortable, first of all. I wanted it to go with my theme of having a beach wedding, so therefore it being a little bit of flowy, not like a very formal long-sleeved dress that you might wear to a church wedding. I wanted it to reflect my own style, so I am a pretty casual person. I don't like to be really constricted. And I also like a little bit of bling, I also like flowers. I also didn't want to be too traditional, and I wanted to have a little bit of pink in there if I could, see if I could incorporate a little bit of color. So these were the things that I was looking for, and I set myself a pretty healthy budget of around $2,000. So I was looking for these styles on the internet. That's the first place I go to start learning about what styles are out there, narrowing down what I might like, what I don't like. So definitely one of the negatives of wedding dress shopping is that you can do all the research you want beforehand, but until you actually go in store and try them on, you have no idea what you think might look good on your body or what you might feel like in a wedding dress is actually what you are going to feel like with a wedding dress on. Like people say, it's hard to see on the rack. It might look different on your body. That's definitely something you can only experience in store once you've tried on a dress. So I would definitely say, of course, do your research beforehand. Of course, figure out what your style is, what you might want, because there's just a million different dresses out there and you have to start somewhere. But be prepared to be open-minded once you're in store and you try on that first dress and it's completely different and what you're seeing in the mirror than what you thought. The next thing is that of all the million dresses out there, most of them are gorgeous. I think, you're gonna step into a white dress and it might not be your style at all, but it'll still look beautiful. You'll still look beautiful. So it's very easy to get confused when you're trying on different dresses in the store. At least that was my experience. So I had booked an appointment at Vera Wang. I've loved her style. I think Vera Wang wedding dresses are so timeless and classy. And then I also booked an appointment at David's Bridal. So having a full wide range of the kinds of dresses that I was trying on, the different price points of dresses that I was trying on. I can't say that the David's Bridal dresses weren't just as beautiful. They were all white, they had embellishments, they had different silhouettes. From Vera Wang to David's Bridal, there was a multitude of dresses to try on. Very similar to luxury bag shopping, you think you might like a style online, but when you go in store, you try it on, it's completely different, or it's heavier or it's lighter. You know, you don't really get that tactile feel of it until you actually physically touch something in store. Additionally, like how we get influenced to like something, like if we see them on an influencer or we see a ton of bag styles on the internet and it seems to be all the rage, I felt like I was also easily influenced and confused when I was trying on all these different dresses, especially with the friends and family that I brought with me to try on the dresses. I started out with styles that I thought I would like and I thought that was more of my personality. But after you go through a couple of those dresses, you start to think, oh, well, why don't I try on something completely different? I might surprise myself and like it. So that happened. I tried on a style that, you know, I didn't know if I would like it or I didn't know if it was me. And still my friends and family said, oh, you look lovely, you look beautiful. And I think that would be the case for many people. Like, even if you tried on a dress that wasn't particularly your style or, you know, didn't reflect what you think you wanted, you're still gonna look gorgeous in that dress. You know, it's a wedding dress, there's emotions tied to it. For some dresses, you might know immediately, like, oh, this dress is not for me. But in other cases, there's a really large gray zone of, oh, like this dress, like I could like it. I like this part of it. I like the straps of it. I like the silhouette of it. In some cases, you know, I love it, but it's not what I'm going for on that day. So that definitely happened to me. I tried on a gorgeous Vera Wang dress and it was completely me, so timeless, elegant, and completely what I would imagine myself to be in if I wasn't having a beach wedding. If I was having a very formal wedding, where I had people dress in like cocktail or black tie, that dress would have totally fit with that vibe. And I loved it to death. But it just wasn't what I was going for that day. So it was very hard for me to say no to that dress. What made it easier was that it was way out of my price point. So I think that dress was about $7,000, if not more. That's the next point I want to make, is really try to stick to the budget. You know, in the beginning of wedding planning, most people recommend to set a budget not only for the entire wedding, but also each individual category. So, you know, that's what I did. I set about a $2,000 budget and I really wanted to stick to that, even though I knew like most Vera Wang dresses were not going to be at that price point. I still wanted to go in and have that bridal experience in their showroom. So that's what I did. And of course, it did make it harder to say no to lovely dresses that were outside of my price range. But I eventually, you know, walked away from that dress. I just knew I didn't want to spend that many thousands on a dress that I was only going to wear for one day. So after I had a day of wedding dress shopping with my friends and family, I continued to make appointments at other boutiques by myself, and then I wouldn't have the voice of other people confusing me, of saying, oh, you look gorgeous in this dress, oh, I totally see you like in that dress, oh, you are totally that dress. Like, other people's opinions might not be your own, and you have to make a decision for yourself that you are going to be happy for. In order to expand my search, I had to look into different bridal designers, and the name that I finally settled on was Hayley Paige. So I was familiar with Hayley Paige because of Say Yes to the Dress. I mentioned her in that TLC show, and I like the dresses. I like the vibe. It's very floaty. It's very like beachy. So I thought I would, you know, start focusing on her designs, and basically I seeked out boutiques that had her designs. After visiting another boutique by myself, didn't really find anything that I loved. I went to the last boutique, which I finally bought my dress from. They had a lot of Hayley Paige designs, but they also brought out other designers that had the similar vibe that I was going for. I said I wanted a floaty dress, so not something really stiff. I also wanted something with embellishments. I also wanted to see if I could incorporate floral designs, a bit of color, but maybe that would only come in like the belt. So I had a lot of requests on my magical dress that I had not found the perfect fit for, okay? And I knew that was probably not going to be possible. I probably would have to accessorize a bit to actually have all the elements that I wanted. So for example, if I bought a dress with the floral element incorporated into it, but there was no bling, I might need to buy a belt with a bling element in it to, incorporate all these different things that I wanted. Finally, I decided on a dress that was most close to what I thought my ideal dress would be. I knew I would still need to accessorize with some sort of belt to bring in the floral element, which was not in the dress itself. But I thought, this is the best I could find. I know I'm asking for a lot, and I settled for that dress, which was also more expensive than the $2,000 budget that I had given for myself. So I think the dress was almost $3,000. Then you have tax, then you have the fitting. So all in all, it came out to above $3,000, which I'm not happy with myself that I went so much over budget, but I was kind of tired of dress shopping at that point. I had been to 4 or 5 places. I felt like this was the best that I could get. Now, at this point, after you buy a dress, people tell you to stop looking because you don't want to confuse yourself even more. And if you put money down for a dress, you can't get that deposit back. And basically, that's the dress that you chose. Well, sometimes it's hard when, Facebook and Instagram serve you up ads because they know you're looking for a wedding dress. So after I had put my money down for that dress, I still got an ad for other wedding dresses. And I ended up looking at a designer, which, I don't know, I forgot the name now, and I didn't know the name before. I had no idea that this designer existed. It's not like I could go look up this person's name because I didn't even know what their name was. And it was kind of exactly what I was looking for. It had that floaty element, it had that floral element, and it was in my price point. It was less than $2,000, I believe, and basically it would have been all the elements that I wanted and also within the budget that I had wanted. So I knew I had made a mistake then, that if I had just continued my search a little bit longer and I hadn't put that deposit down, I wouldn't have had to pay so much for a dress that I still love, but I felt like I overpaid for. Basically, know that you are going to look beautiful in all the dresses that you're going to try on. So it's going to be very confusing, especially if you bring other people and they have their own opinions that might not match with your opinion. You can ask other people for their opinion, but at the end of the day, it's what you want to look like. So after your first shopping trips, trying on dresses for the first time, take a little time to take in everything that you saw, make adjustments to the style that you're going for if you want, or if you like what you saw and that's the style you want, definitely stay true to that opinion for yourself. And then I would say don't rush into making a down payment. Of course, you want to decide on a wedding dress with enough time for them to actually make it for you. They usually need about 6 months before your wedding day for you to purchase and then for them to make it and for you to do all your fittings. But if you have more time than 6 months to make your decision, don't rush into it like I did. I feel like I definitely rushed it a little bit because I was tired of wedding dress shopping. I had tried on a lot of dresses by then. I just wanted to make a decision and get it over with. And that was my mistake. I should have been more patient. I should have waited the 3 or 4 months that I still had before I needed to make a decision. And then I think I would have been able to find a dress that I was happy with and also at a price point that I was happy with. So I hope that this video was helpful for all the brides out there looking for a dress. I hope you guys end up with a dress that you are happy with, that you don't feel pressure from outside forces, whether that be your friends and family or the shop boutique, which you might feel pressure to purchase from them if you're in store and they're helping you with trying on 5 or 6 dresses and you're like, oh, I'm taking up all your time. But No, you need to be happy with your dress. I'm still looking forward to wearing my wedding dress, even though I do feel like I overspent on it. I'm looking forward to a very happy wedding day, and I will definitely share with you guys once I have some footage of that. So thank you guys so much for watching and for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. Please remember to subscribe below, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!